smile.
Doesn't matter.
Look at the
From the time they are in middle school until graduation day, students are bombarded with questions and information regarding their future. They're expected to know what they want to do with the rest of their lives before they're even in high school. Among the endless decisions that have to be made by students as they enter the so-called real world, one affects everything the student will do from that point on, and that is the decision of going to a four-year college or university or going to a two-year technical or community college. There is a stigma associated with technical college. It's thought of as a place for people to go who aren't smart, rich, or skilled enough to go to a four-year school. This is completely untrue, and it seems that this stereotype will never fade. The reality of the issue is that the things that make technical or community college seem so unappealing are the things that are actually beneficial for students who choose to attend. Technical college is a much more logical choice for school than four-year colleges or universities because of the low cost, the shorter duration, and the specialized programs offered. The cost of technical college is one of the more obvious factors which make it a better choice. According to the College Board, the average yearly cost of tuition for public two-year colleges is $3,437. The average yearly cost of tuition for four-year colleges ranges from $9,139 for a public school for in-state students to up to $31,231 per year for private school out-of-state. Since these averages are for tuition only, it doesn't include housing plans, meal plans, or any other anything else that would be included for something like this. Other than junior colleges, the two-year schools don't include housing and meal plans, so they require you to only pay for tuition, books, and supplies, which drives that cost down even further. Of course, there are also opportunities for scholarships for all types of schools, making any type of school more affordable, of course. For example, the Life Scholarship, given by the financial aid departments of schools in South Carolina, gives $5,000 per academic year to students at both technical and four-year colleges. In addition, four-year students are eligible for an additional $2,500 every year after their first year. Given the tuition costs, the total savings for a student at a four-year college, according to Susan Curtis, an academic advisor at Tri-County, was summed to $27,500, which would still leave them paying for at least $9,500, and at most $97,424 total. Students attending a technical school, however, would end up being reimbursed for what is used out of their scholarship money. Add a total savings of $10,000 at the cost for 2 academic years, being $6,874 on average. A student at a technical school would be receiving $3,126, and that money could be applied to books, supplies, and even tuition at a later date. The costs of technical and community colleges are much less than that of four-year schools, especially with the addition of scholarships. Another benefit of choosing to go to a technical school over a four-year college is the ease of accessibility. Even though it's common to think that a school that is harder to get into is more prestigious than a school that's easier to get into, technical schools aren't easily accessible in order to be a dumping ground for those who fail at everything else. The fact that they are easy to get into, though, is what makes them such good schools. Requirements for admissions are minimal. Typically, students must have a high school diploma or a GED and take a placement test like WorkKeys. Other than this, all they have to do is submit an application. This characteristic of technical and community schools, paired with the short duration of the programs they offer, is beneficial for adults going back to school, those who wish to go directly into a trade, or those who simply will need credits to transfer to somewhere else. The ease of access to these schools is great for students who need prerequisites or an improved transcript in order to get into a four-year college if that's what they choose. It provides a great bridge from high school to university if that's what a student wishes to do. These are the kinds of schools which are a melting pot of different people from different backgrounds. People can go to these schools and still have children, still have jobs, with much more ease than at a four-year college or university. These students are not residential, nor do they require students pay for things like meal plans. Students aren't obligated to do anything that doesn't involve their education. They go to class and instructed the rest of their lives around their personal needs. Lastly, one of the many reasons technical schools are a better choice is the option to go into a trade or vocational program associated with the technical school. Many technical and community colleges offer special programs that aim to prepare students to go directly into the workforce. Some of these special programs include, but are not limited to, electricity, masonry, and nurse assisting. The students build skills and experience in the field that they want to go into. The programs are specific for each field, and students get hands-on and clinical experience. Most people who have extensive vocational training can get internships for jobs directly out of school because of what jobs like that require. Trade jobs are in high demand because of a growing economy and a need for employees in technical fields. And that's from Vocation Nation, why students are choosing technical training, which is an article I found online. Not only is job outlook for these fields already promising, the students who graduate with the experience that technical schools provide will be the ones who are hired first. Rosemary Longo, principal of the Technical and Occupational Center at Yorktown, said it best when she said, "No matter how sophisticated our lives become, you still need the plumber and the electrician. If people are not going to be trained, then how are we going to get these things fixed?" Even though technical schools are the best options for furthering one's education, there is one indisputable fact that makes the choice to go to a four-year college more appealing to most people. Despite this cost and stress of admission, this factor is a social aspect of a four-year colleges and universities. When most people think college, they picture life on a campus, cheering on the football team every Saturday, and all the other things that are associated with a typical college town. This is most likely the reason technical and community colleges have such a negative stigma attached to them. They don't fit the stereotype of a typical college experience. Most technical colleges don't have a sports team, intramural sports, clubs, whereas four-year schools and universities have mascots, several teams, all kinds of clubs and intramural sports opportunities. And there is certainly a great social aspect of four-year colleges and universities that can't be offered to the same extent in a technical or community college. It's no secret that technical and community colleges are the ugly duckling of the higher education world. Regardless of the stigma attached, these schools are high quality and should not be counted out as an option for education after high school. The accessibility, cost, and employment opportunities for these schools offer are unparalleled. Though four-year colleges provide a social aspect that some people may see as one of the most important factors in choosing a school, technical and community colleges are the best choice. Even for those who will eventually need to go to a four-year college in order to achieve something higher than an associate's degree, one can't go wrong with starting at a technical school. It's a cheaper, simpler alternative that saves those who invest in it valuable time and money. Thank you.